Good day, collective. My name is Jasmine. Welcome to Worldwide Peacemaker Vibes. This is a general healing and essential message for Sun Sign and Aries collective and Moon and Aries collective, or you could be a cross watcher. Make sure you peep out the details on the thumbnail, like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Let Me Be Your Energy Tarot. This is a 5-card full moon spread for you guys. It's to provide general insight so you can go ahead and make a decision that you've been putting off due to major consequences. Make sure you use your own discernment during this reading. The first card is what's holding you back from deciding. The second card is are the sacrifices you'll have to make worthwhile. The third card is will it make you? The fourth card is will it break you? And the fifth card is, what if you're still indecisive? So my tarot card deck is cleansed. Here's the King of Cups at the bottom and the Fool card at the top of the deck. So for Sun Sign and Aries and Moon and Aries who are very, very indecisive at this time to make a major decision that they've been putting off. This is the Knight of Wands. You're being reckless and impulsive by not making a decision, Aries placement. So it's time for you to go ahead and listen to your intuition with this Page of Cups. So what's holding Sun Sign in Aries or Moon in Aries back from deciding? What's holding Sun Sign and Moon in Aries back from deciding? You have the Five of Pentacles. Poverty, a lack mindset, spiritual embarrassment, lack of resources, physically, in the real life, loss of gifts, abandonment issues, the choice to leave someone out in the cold, possibly. You know the details and the depths of the decision you have to make. Remember, this is just a general reading. I'm on here to give you some type of empowerment so you can stop feeling disconnected from your environment, or so you can stop dealing with individuals that really want you to lack and be isolated, okay? So what's holding you back from deciding? It could be a current relationship, or it literally is something in your environment that's not sitting right with nature. Is what you're doing inclusive or exclusive? Are you at a time in your life where you feel secure and included where you are? Are you in an environment that you should be secluding yourself from and only looking from the outside into and not actually being in there and a part of it? Let's get a Healing Yourself Oracle message. How you can heal yourself so you can make this decision that you're putting off, whether the decision is for you to be abandoned or isolated, or if the decision is that you need to abandon something or someone. Someone needs to make a decision on whether or not what they're doing is going to be inclusive or exclusive. There is a difference. Look those words up. One starts with IN, the other one starts with EX. Aries placements. Have faith, victim consciousness, and healing. 22, 12, and 21 right here. I know those are significant numbers. So Aries placements, it's time for you to take off your own mask. Card number 11. It's time to make a decision. You're going to have to leave an energy that wears masks and masquerades and stuff out in the cold. Even if it is a soulmate, the cycle with that soulmate has ended. So to heal yourself while making this decision, because what's holding you back could be child abandonment issues. Maybe you were left out in the cold and you don't want to do that to somebody else, but that's what's for the highest and greatest good of all individuals involved, is for you to leave that situation. The action for you to take whenever you feel like you in this Five of Pentacles, or once it's time for you to go ahead and take action and make that decision to be in the Five of Pentacles or to have someone else in the Five of Pentacles, take a few deep breaths and focus on your physical body, your first 5 chakras. Reflect which chakra is not feeling authentic. Reflect on what type of situations have made you feel vulnerable. And if you're in a situation with a particular person that either you intimidate or they intimidate you, it's time for you to take your power back. Do that by being real and say what you mean from a place of gentleness and compassion. So Aries and or cross watchers, y'all are going to have to leave somebody out in the cold, but it's karmic justice. That's what you're supposed to do. Or your ancestors are going to leave you out in the cold, and you need your ancestors more than you need a man or woman that's on this planet. Angel answers. Are the sacrifices you'll have to make worthwhile? Are the sacrifices you'll have to make worthwhile? It says be assertive. You've asked for help from others. And when people come to ask you for help, the answer is going to be no. Some of you have to make a sacrifice to peacefully say no. Whether that's to a person or your environment in the very near future. Are the sacrifices worthwhile? Is the sacrifice worthwhile? On the bottom of the deck, it says there's something better. And for some of you, this literally has to do with a romantic relationship. So for those of you that have been meditating and you're putting off a decision to leave something out in the cold, but you know it's karmic justice because your own mask has been taken off, an individual's mask has been taken off. Are the sacrifices you'll have to make worthwhile? And really the sacrifice is you coming out of indecision and just making the decision. Look, it says communicate clearly. Is communicating clearly a worthwhile sacrifice? Yes. You want to be able to communicate clearly, and you want others to be able to communicate clearly with you. There is no need to worry. That's the action that you need to take. That's the sacrifice you need to make. Communicate clearly. Are the sacrifices you'll have to make worthwhile? The situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. Although in-person discussions are preferable, if that's not possible, make sure your communication method is very thorough. It's miscommunication in you all's situation for all parties involved. So clear up those misunderstandings by healing yourself so everybody can move forward. Make the decision to abandon any type of mask you've created or worn and communicate clearly. That's the sacrifice. You communicating that you being your authentic self and that you leaving something or somebody alone, and stay 10 toes down on it. It was a lesson to learn. So you can look at strength, money, gifts, everything from a higher perspective. Masculine ancestors of sun sign and moon, Aries placements. Will the choice that they make, the decision that they make them or break them? What's the action to take? so their decision can make them and not break them. You got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Stop juggling. No longer trying to balance anything that's already imbalanced. Let God handle it. So that's what will make you stop juggling. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Others, that do mean stop stealing as well. It's some people that'll see this, and the way they maintain stability is by wearing a mask and having other people left out in the cold. And they communicate how low vibrational they are very clearly. They're not going to be able to steal no more, though. The action for you to take when it comes to your decision making that will make you is to notify others immediately if you're unable to follow through with commitments. Refrain from taking on any additional projects until you are well rested, and let others know you are not keeping up with their requirements, but they can clearly distinguish their own choices because you're focused on your obligations right now. You're focused on your obligations, not man-made commitments. And your obligations is to heal your physical and financial resources. That's what's going to make you. Stop trying to people please or deal with people pleasers, and instead tackle the marathon. No longer allow people to pretend like their workload isn't unrealistic, or that your workload, what you're trying to do, is unrealistic. They're in competition with you, or someone has you in a competition and expect you to lose. What type of action will break the collective? What type of action will break the collective? We see what type of action will make you. What type of action will break you? You got the Knight of Swords, being confrontational and only wanting to debate and argue. There go the Nine of Swords right there, up all night with the Queen of Swords right there. What's going to break you? Knight of Swords. Confrontation, conflict, and debates. Back and forth, over and over. What's going to break you? What's going to break you is still trying to research something when you already have enough information. What's going to break you? Some educational and or legal matters will break you if you don't communicate clearly. Some of you literally do have a feminine energy, whether it's a lawyer or an air sign feminine or a earth sign feminine. They literally are frustrated because they know you trying to find a resolution and it's going to be very successful for you. So they're trying to gatekeep and withhold information. That's either somebody in a relationship and or a lawyer. Pay attention if they asking you what you think is the wrong question. Some of you have somebody that's trying to break you, literally. Ensure that you use words carefully and make sure you fact check when it comes to personal or professional or scholarly purposes. Some of y'all need to exclude some community members who, like I said, they benefit from energies stealing or juggling. And what if you're still indecisive? What if Aries placements are still indecisive or cross-watchers? What if the collective is still indecisive? What if the collective is still indecisive? I'm not really picking up any Aries feminine energy. This is more so it's female Libra, female Gemini, female Capricorn, female Taurus energy that I feel like is low vibrational. Or you're feminine cross-watching involving an Aries client or friend or something like that. But the objective to this is to make sure you're communicating clearly for your healing. So if you remain indecisive, look, 7 of Cups, you go always be confused, overwhelmed, and possibly wanting to use pharmaceuticals to heal. But that's not going to heal you. That's going to put you further in the 5 of Pentacles. So if you remain indecisive, you go remain in the delusion, in illusion, and confused. You go always just be in a fantasy, not a daydream, but in a fantasy. And that fantasy is like stuck with priorities, a lot of negative ones. I hope this message helps you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Personal readings are available. How to contact me is in the description box. My email address is theempress@starkeeper.info. Bye.